Hello, I'm Jim Sims with Hamamatsu, and today we're going to do a quick introduction to our new optical splitter, the Gemini 2C. Alright, so the Gemini is going to fit onto a microscope here, where the C mount is going to go. The light will come in, it will hit a dichroic that goes in here, and here's the dichroic mirror holder. This is made to hold either 2 or 3 millimeter thick dichroics. Do not use the 1 millimeter ones, because not only are they not flat enough, but they're not at the correct optical plane. So the light hits the dichroic, the short wavelengths bounce, they go through a emission filter. The long wavelengths transmit, they go through another emission filter, and then they go to this camera. So these cameras are not matching cameras. You need to use matching cameras, but we'll put one here for the long wavelengths, and we'll put one here for the short wavelengths. And just as a memory aid, remember, the short wavelength is the short path, if that helps, which I hope it does. Okay, now, when you've got your cameras on, this camera is the one that is going to be referenced to. So this camera, you're going to want to have as perpendicular or as flat to this as possible, and lock this down. Now, this camera has got the ability to do a rotational adjustment, and so you can make sure that they're rotationally aligned. Additionally, you're able to do X and Y alignment to bring them in. So you've got 3 areas of adjustment that are possible. Now, one thing that is very special about this is you've got a focus lens and you've got a zoom lens. This is listed on the price list as optional. It's not optional. You're really, really going to want this. And people will say, oh, I built my own optical splitter and it wasn't difficult. Well, true, it's not. But then you say, are you able to adjust for differences in focus or magnification? And every single one's like, no, I've had that problem. That's what makes this special, is we've got the ability to compensate for tiny little differences in magnification and in focus between the two. Now, the other thing that you need to be thinking about is this is not going to go on an upright microscope. You don't want to put this up looking down. It's rather heavy. What is important, though, is the height that it's at. Let me take this out for right now. There are these 3 adjustable feet on the bottom. And so what you'll want to do is you want to take your little measuring tool, and you're going to want to measure how high up is the center point of the C-mount coming out of the microscope. And then measure here down and calculate how much you need to adjust all 3 of these legs so that they're at the right height for the microscope. And that adjustment is best done with this on its side, with your little measuring tool, and with the zoom lens out. It's got to be out, otherwise this knob will hit. And the other thing I'll mention is that once you've got your zoom and your focus and your Z rotation all locked in, there are little lock screws that will hold everything at that position. The last thing I'll mention in this brief introduction is that the filters that it takes are your standard 25 millimeter diameter emission filters, and the dichroic is a standard 24 by 36 millimeter size, but don't forget, either 2 or 3 millimeters, preferably 3, in thickness. And that is enough for my little introduction on the Gemini. Thank you very much.